Welcome in. We build the impossible with AI, so let's get into it. Right now, while you're using ChatGPT or Claude, those companies are quietly building something extremely valuable. They're building a detailed profile of you, your business model, your writing style, every project you've described, every preference you've revealed, every context clue you've dropped along the way. All of it being accumulated into a rich, accurate picture of exactly who you are and what you need from an AI. And here's the part they definitely don't put on the pricing page. That profile is trapped inside their platform. It can't leave. It can't travel to a competing tool. And the longer you stay, the higher the cost of switching, because you'd be starting completely from scratch. This is called a walled garden, and it's not a bug in the product. It is the product. It's a deliberate strategy, and right now it's limiting the quality of every result you're getting every single day. A researcher described it perfectly. Memory is the real moat for these companies. Great for lock-in, increasingly bad for users as the AI ecosystem expands. So here's what we're doing today. I'm going to show you exactly how this strategy works and why every major AI company is building it. Then I'm going to show you how to build what I call an open brain, a personal memory system you own completely that costs about 10 cents a month to run, and that any AI tool on the planet can access. To understand the problem clearly, I need to walk you through one technical concept. I'll make it fast, and I promise it pays off. When you open a conversation with ChatGPT or Claude, the AI doesn't actually know you. It reads your message, generates a response, and then forgets everything. Every session starts from zero. This is what's called being stateless, and it's not a limitation they failed to engineer around. It's fundamental to how large language models work. The memory features you see inside these platforms, those are workarounds. The AI company summarizes your past conversations, stores those summaries in their database, and quietly pastes that context into a hidden section of every new prompt you send. They're doing the memory management for you, on their servers, with their rules, in their format. That sounds helpful, and it is, until you want to use a different tool. Then what happens? Here's where the real split happens. The web you grew up on, let's call it the human web, was built for human eyes. Notion, Gmail, Google Docs. They're designed for people to read, search, and navigate. When you search Notion for a phrase, you get results with those exact words. But AI agents don't search that way. They search by meaning. When an AI needs to understand your context before responding, it doesn't look for keyword matches. It performs what's called a semantic search, finding information that's conceptually related, even if it uses completely different words. And to do that, it needs your data stored in a fundamentally different format. That format is called vector embeddings. Imagine taking a sentence, "I run a YouTube channel for non-technical entrepreneurs," and converting it into thousands of numbers that represent the meaning of that sentence in a multi-dimensional space. Semantically similar ideas end up as nearby coordinates in that space. I make AI videos for business owners would land just a few inches away, mathematically speaking. This is a vector database. When an AI needs your context, it computes those coordinates and retrieves the nearest neighbors, the ideas closest in meaning to what it's trying to understand about you. Now here's the thing. Your notes in Notion aren't there. Your memories inside ChatGPT aren't there. They're locked in a human-readable formats, managed by individual platforms, accessible only to the tools that created them. So there's a fork happening right now in how information gets stored. One path keeps your data in human-readable apps, siloed by platform, controlled by the company that built it. The other path puts your data in a form that any AI, yes, any AI, can query and use, regardless of who made it. That fork is the whole game. So what does the alternative actually look like? Let me walk you through the open brain architecture. I want you to notice how simple this is at the conceptual level, because it really is just three components. The first is a vector database. This is where your memories live, not as text files or keyword documents, but as those numerical coordinates I just described. The tool for this is called pgvector. It's a free open source extension for Postgres, the most widely deployed database engine in the world. You're not learning a new platform. You're just adding a memory capability to infrastructure that already exists everywhere, from enterprise data centers down to a $5 hobby instance on Railway or Supabase. When you add a memory, you run it through an embedding model that converts your text into coordinates and stores them in Postgres. When an AI needs your context, it queries by meaning, retrieves the nearest matches, and brings them into the conversation automatically. That's Retrieval Augmented Generation, RAG, but running on your personal database instead of some company's proprietary system. The second component is the connection layer. This is what lets AI tools actually talk to your database. And this is where MCP comes in. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. Anthropic created it and donated it to the Linux Foundation at the end of last year. Think of it as a universal adapter, a plug that any MCP-compatible AI can use to connect to any MCP-compatible data source. You run a small MCP server in front of your Postgres database, and suddenly any AI tool that supports MCP, Claude, Cursor, agent frameworks, whatever launches next quarter can query your personal memory. Your context travels with you, not trapped in any walled garden. The third component is you, just capturing things. Notes from a meeting, a decision about your brand, a client preference, a lesson from a mistake. Every input you add compounds the value of everything already there. Now the cost, because I know this is what you're thinking. A Postgres instance with pgvector on Railway starts at about $5 a month. At the query volumes a creator or small business actually generate, a few thousand embeddings at retrieval, your real compute cost runs somewhere between 10 and 30 cents a month. Think about that as we try and make this affordable for you, making your brain. That's not a rough estimate. That's actual math. Pinecone, one of the popular managed vector database services, starts at around $70 a month for production use. Memory as a service platforms charge enterprise rates for exactly what we're describing. Those products exist because large organizations will pay for the convenience. For personal use, you're paying a margin that exists entirely for other people. But beyond cost, there's the ownership factor. When your memory lives in your database, it's yours permanently. You can export it, migrate it, back it up, and plug in a completely different AI tomorrow without any of your context disappearing. No platform can update their terms and lock you out. No company can deprecate the feature and erase a year of captured work. It's yours. Here's the thing I want you to hold on to after this video. The AI models you're using today are going to keep getting better. New tools will launch. 6 months from now, there will probably be an AI that does things current tools can't do. Maybe it's already happening. The people who will hit the ground running with every new tool are the ones who own their context. They'll connect the new model, and it'll immediately know their business, their preferences, their history. Full capability, day one. Everyone else will spend the first few months re-explaining themselves yet again. This is what I mean by the compounding advantage. Every piece of context you capture today doesn't just help today. It gets more valuable with every new AI tool that connects to it. Every note you add this week makes every AI you use next year more useful. You're not just solving a productivity problem. You're building infrastructure for your career, built specifically for non-technical people. No coding background required. And you can update it at any time. Please subscribe. The next video I drop after this one is going to be a walkthrough of the entire brain, and you will be given the instructions and what you need to build your own. If you're thinking about what you'd capture first, drop it in the comments. I read all of them, and your real problems are exactly how I figure out what to build next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, you're still here. Check out my last video on using Flow for content creation. See ya!